Now, your 41 NBC AccuWeather forecast, presented by Volume Chevrolet.
Welcome back. We have seen such a nice day here in Middle Georgia. Cold front came through a little bit earlier. We have been seeing clear skies, low humidity, and some breezy conditions really ever since. And now for tonight, we're going to see those temperatures dropping back into the 50s. This is looking out on our 41 sky view overlooking downtown Dublin, where we are seeing those temperatures really already cooling off. 61 degrees out there right now. Dew points are in the mid 50s, so we're waiting on some of that drier air, like we're seeing those 40-degree dew points up in Forsyth. Temperatures for today did make it to 89 degrees, so above normal temperatures. That being said, today was our warmest day of the week here in Macon. 67 right now up in Atlanta, 61 in Knoxville, and seeing 63 over in Nashville. Still very warm further to our south, where they just have seen that cold front try and push through this evening. It's going to become a stationary boundary and actually have some impacts on Hurricane Ian. We'll get to that in a second, but for the rest of tonight, expect to see a nice cool down into the middle 50s by early tomorrow morning. So maybe starting out with some jacket weather. We're back in the low 80s, upper 70s by tomorrow afternoon, and we'll see plenty of sunshine for the start of the day. But it's really all about what's going to happen with Hurricane Ian. You can start to see that this is going to be really intensifying pretty rapidly. 105-mile sustained winds, 125-mile-per-hour wind gusts. Now this is going to continue to move to the north. We've got that slight east shift of the cone for right now. So as you take a look at that, it's still all of Middle Georgia within that. But what we're watching for right now, looks like this thing is really going to slow down before it makes some kind of landfall really anywhere right here. It's all within the cone, is all game at this point. Now for our area, we are expecting to see the impacts for this starting on Thursday and going into Friday is where that area of low pressure is going to make its way into our area. So really don't mind where that middle line is. It could be anywhere within the cone. So you take a look at what we're expecting for the next couple of days. We're going to see mostly clear skies tomorrow until some high clouds from this system start working their way in. We're not going to see any rainfall for tomorrow or really into much of Wednesday, but that's where you start to see the center of this circulation get a little bit closer, but it's impacted by the stationary boundary that used to be the cold front that rolled through here today. So that is actually going to kind of block this out from our area for a little while. So hoping we can keep that maybe for longer, maybe through the end of the week. Now this is another look. This is the European model that we're watching. This would bring it just kind of along the Gulf Coast and then up to the north. So this would result in more in the way of that heavy rain threat, also some gustier winds for our area potentially, and we could even see that threat for spin-up tornadoes if we're on the eastern side of this storm. So lots going on. I would say that the main threats with anything are going to be the heavy rain and the damaging winds. You can see by Friday evening, we're looking at potentially 1.5 to 2 inches of rainfall. By Saturday afternoon, some of us could be at 4 or 5 inches of rainfall here in our area. So really kind of what we need to talk about for right now. The forecast absolutely will change between now and the end of the week. We've already seen some pretty significant shifts in that forecast cone. So stay tuned to 41 NBC. Scan to download the 41 NBC News and Weather apps. Main threats, if this does impact us, damaging winds, heavy rain, and spin-up tornadoes. And it could start as early as Wednesday getting gusty, but Friday into Saturday are going to be our main days of impact. In just 10 seconds, I'll look at our 7-day forecast.
At Volume Chevrolet, get oil changes for life, plus a 20-year, 200,000-mile warranty. Visit Volume Chevrolet, I-75 exit 187 in Forsyth. That's VolumeChevrolet.com.
And here's your 41 NBC AccuWeather 7-day forecast, sponsored by Volume Chevrolet. We will see temperatures in the 70s, kind of regardless of what happens with Ian, but expect to see that difference really being in how much rain we get and just how windy it is. Still expecting it to be pretty breezy from Thursday through Saturday. We will start to see a warm up, though, for Sunday into Monday, back into the low 80s, upper 70s.